Welcome to the Mind Faucet. We present to you Evenflowin with Mike Knuth, featuring guest Ali Siddiq. Thank you for listening. Please enjoy.
All right, are we live? We're going? Beautiful. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us right now at the Comedy Vault. My guest tonight is Ali Siddiq. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing absolutely fantastic.
So you know you have the awesomest name. You know that, right? Because you literally have a Q in your name.
Yeah.
That's badass. You know that, right? And also what's badass is there's no U with it. So how many other freaking names out there have a Q without a U in it?
I don't think there's any words without a Q and a U. They like combined.
I know. I literally was like, that's a badass name. You got a Q in it.
They should just, that should be in the alphabet together. It should be like in Arabic you have letters that's together, like fa. Fa is TH, but it looks, weird if you don't know Arabic. But Q and U in Arabic, Q and U don't even come together. That's crazy.
What?
Yeah, they don't even come together because the U is called a dhamma. It's a dhamma.
No, what does that mean?
That's a U. It's a vowel.
It's
because in Arabic you only have fathas, kasras, and dhammas, which is what you would say a I, and a U. Those are the vowels in Arabic.
How about E?
No, it's A, I, and
sometimes
E.
Y.
Nope.
Jesus. So you guys only have You guys only have three vowels.
Vowels.
Really?
Yeah, unless it's doubled, you in there have it's called a tashwan. It'll be a shadow over the number.
What? Wow, that's crazy.
It'll a shadow over the letter, but then the number, the vowel will be doubled. Yeah, Arabic is different.
Yeah, Arabic's real. How many letters in the alphabet?
26.
It's the same. They just got rid of a couple vowels. They're like, fuck Y. Fuck Y. It's never picked.
That's a yeah. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah is a Y.
Okay, yeah, it's a Y.
Y.
Okay.
But you have let's say a letter that does not exist in the English alphabet is a sheen, a seen and a sheen. So that would be SH is sheen, then seen is in like a soda and a doda. You don't have that in English.
No, God no.
Yeah.
Well, Arabic is a hell of a lot older language than English.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's more people speak some form of Arabic over English in the world.
Hell yeah, they do.
Easily.
Yeah, and believe me, the Brits wanted everybody to speak English. They colonized. They were the guys that colonized, but it didn't stick.
Just like with Latin, like some form of Spanish. Like it's way more people speak that than English.
Yes.
The Spaniards had a little job in their little colonizing as well.
Yeah,
but when it goes to colonizing, I don't leave out. There's a lot of people that just get the rap of they are the colonizers. Like, nah, Britain didn't take over more places than the Spaniards.
No, Genghis Khan took over way more than Britain did.
Yeah, it's been a lot of colonizers, in the world.
Well, I watched this really intelligent person kind of blow my mind because I always have a heart for the Native Americans in America because
there's no such thing.
I mean, like the whole like polio blankets and stuff like that. You know what I'm talking about?
But there's no such thing as a Native American.
Oh, explain.
America wasn't here. It's like
right.
Like I remember
Correct.
a person that told me they was a Native American. I'm like, you lying?
Correct.
Because no indigenous person puts America on it. They pissed about it even being called America. It's like we was already here.
Yeah.
Like it was somebody smoking a peace pipe and it's like, yeah, what's up with the ship? It's like because when people say that, I be like, no, there's no Native Americans.
You're right.
The natives.
The natives. The natives of this area. You're right. God damn, that's now you're blowing my mind again. See, I love it. See, and he blew my mind. What he blew my mind was because let's call them the natives that were here when Columbus, whatever, even though he didn't land in America, he landed on a couple islands. But anyway, the point is that like he blew my mind saying that there was probably somebody else before them that they came over and they took over. You know what I mean? Like we don't know that. We don't know the history. There might have been another civilization that took over what we call the Indians, what we call the American Indians. You know what I mean? And I was like, that might be true. There might be some shit that we don't know because we don't know. You know what I mean?
I think people forget that the evolution of things, the earth, the mass was together, and due to the shifts in the plates, the faults and things of this nature, then things break apart. So it's like if California broke away, which probably gonna happen, away from the United States.
It sounds like emotionally they have.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, Texas has. Texas and Florida have definitely.
It's crazy.
Texas and Florida is like, you know something? United States, y'all wild. We our own place. Texas has always been there. But think about the territories. This place was broken up different. It was in the northern territory. Just think, America, when when America was being put together, Louisiana wasn't a part of America. That was owned by the French.
Louisiana Purchase.
You know what I'm saying? So was Texas. Yeah. Texas was Mexico, was a part of Mexico. That was the Mexican way. So this place is broken up into, so it's like every place is broken up to, like when you talk about who was here before them, it was a lot of people here before them, but the island shifted, and now they're like, well, they're over there. And like California, if they broke away, they would be called something in like, let's give it 50 to 100 years, it'd be the Californians are different. Let's go to California, like, but your cousin from there. Like, it's like, it looked like East LA. East LA look like a foreign land or something. Like,
yep.
But it's still the same place. So the indigenous people that were in certain places, they were a part of people that not even came from, that was a part on that continent prior to. It was the Abyssinians, you know, you have Ethiopia, you have a lot. Like right now, the way that Ethiopians look like Pakistanis. Like people act like Morocco is not a part of Africa.
Really?
Just think about it. People like, I'm from Morocco. You think of some Persian guy.
Right.
You know, like I saw a picture of Ethiopia, and they was like, I'm Ethiopian. I'm like, you look like you're Indian, sir. Mm. Like, what? You're not the Ethiopians that in my era that I even saw. All of them look more like me. Now they look like more like Habibi.
Well, I mean, you gotta like, and here's the deal. Let's fast forward. Let's go 1,000 years in the future if we don't kill ourselves on this planet. And
we're definitely done.
Yeah, we're done. But let's just say we go 1,000 years. Everybody's gonna look the same color pretty much. We're constantly. I mean, like the melting pot. They call the United States the melting pot, but it is. And I went down to Brazil. Brazil's a melting pot too, man. I mean, there's like everybody. There's so many different cultures, but the young people are, you know, getting lighter. You know what I mean, or getting darker. You know, depending on what you say. You know what I mean. That was an African nation. Now it looks different. Yeah, it does.
Think about it. It's like the Caribbean people. You got to think. Asia and Africa had two great civilizations. Was Asia and Africa. They was together, and you have people who can be considered Chinese that looks just like, if you ever seen a picture of Genghis Khan?
Oh yeah, not a picture, but there's no pictures of Genghis Khan.
You know what I'm saying? Like
we don't know what he looked like.
The illustrations of Genghis Khan, he looked just like he looked like Genghis Khan. He's like, like he looked like an African dude. He looked like a big African dude. Yep. So it's you know, people are weird. So when we get, I think that now I don't think it's gonna be a melting pot though, because you can design it. People are not gonna be having kids in 1,000 years. People are not gonna be having kids in the next. Okay, I'm 48. I'm gonna give it to when I'm 78. Women will not be. It'll be a small fraction of women that will be talking carrying children.
Test tube babies and like
test tube babies are already here.
Yeah, I know. But I'm talking like,
we talking about going way more advanced than test tube babies. We talking about women or families, not just women, families ordering a baby because they don't want to be inconvenienced with the pregnancy.
You hear about this crazy CRISPR shit going on right now? What they got going on with this CRISPR, where they literally can design DNA?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You gonna go down. It's gonna be like when you getting a sushi roll. When you go to a sushi spot and they give you a list of everything that you want. I want a dragon roll. I want a California roll. I want 3 pieces of. It's gonna be
sushi
just like,
baby?
It's gonna be just like this. They're gonna put a list out. You're gonna like, hey, what you want your baby to look like? Okay, I want this baby to eventually be 6. Man, let me see, 6'9", Magic Johnson height. Give me the Magic Johnson. I want him to look like. Okay, I want him Magic Johnson height. I want him to look like Eric Benet. He ain't gotta look like me. You good with your nose? You want your nose? This is how you gonna be. You want your nose, your eyes, because you can't have both of them because they look weird together on this baby. Then I want him to be. I want him to be brown. I know we are both lily white parents, but I want this baby to be brown. I want to be able to go in the sun and everything.
It's insanity, dude. It's insanity.
It's gonna be designed. I want all his toes to be the right side. I want him. Okay, what sex you want him to be?
Well, you can't say that. You can pick sex, but you can't pick gender. That's the rule now.
What?
Yeah, you can pick sex, but you can't pick gender.
That don't even make sense.
Well, that's the problem. Like, if sex is technically either a penis or a vagina. That's sex. Okay, that's sex, right? No matter what, you can't argue that either. But gender is the gigantic thing between feminist and masculinity. So gender.
You talking about the DNA?
I'm talking about DNA too. I'm talking about DNA too. How do we not know? How do we not know that our gender is not tied into our DNA? We can't prove that.
Why we can't?
We can't prove that.
Why we can't prove that?
Well,
I think that's pretty much. You can change a lot. You can't change your DNA. Your DNA is what it is.
So you think you can pick a gender through DNA?
I don't think about any of it. I think that if you are I don't even know if you can say. Can you say the word normal anymore?
No.
Or you just got
No.
that word is gone.
They canceled that word a long time ago.
They canceled the word normal.
Yeah.
Okay. What about natural? Is that canceled as well?
Natural's cool.
I thought natural was normal.
No, because here's the deal. Natural is natural is everything. Natural is the nature.
You know how much bullshit this is? Like this is when I talk about era. The era of things. So I'm from an era where you have a conversation that leads to something that makes sense. You shouldn't leave confused in a conversation.
I'm always confused right now. I agree. When I was young, it was very easy. I thought it was easier.
No, I'm not even talking about when I was young. I'm talking about just growing up as a rational. Like, what am I supposed to? Okay, so this is not a table. What is it?
It is a table.
No, I'm offended by you saying this is a goddamn table.
Damn it.
A table consists of what?
Legs.
This doesn't have any legs.
So it's not a table.
But it's on something. What is this? Is it you have to have 4 legs? Can you have 1 leg? Is this a table? You sitting things on it. Is it a table? See, this type of shit that people bog their mind up with just wanting to. Okay, if this is I think where this dumb shit started. If a tree falls in the forest, does it make a sound? Yes. How do you know you wasn't there? Because it fell.
Right.
I'm not arrogant enough to think that ain't shit happening if I'm not there.
Right. I couldn't agree more with what you just said.
If the chicken, what came first, the chicken or the egg? The goddamn chicken. What, the chicken comes out of the egg? Man, I'm not fucking stupid. That's why you don't see humans just laying on the ground in placenta bags on the beach. The fucking human came first, jackass. I'm not confused by this shit. Like, it doesn't make
placenta bags.
What's in that bag?
No. Ali, I could not agree more with you. The problem is it's once again, the problem is our lawmakers, okay, which I can't get very upset when I say that, because they decide, number one, they decide how to control the money, and they also decide kind of how to control the media. And they control the media, and what they do is they poison, unfortunately, a lot of young people and a lot of ignorant people in these. Listen, I don't give a shit what the fuck you do. Whoever you are, love your life, be beautiful, make love to whoever you want as long as they're old enough.
I'm not even talking about sex. I'm talking about I'm talking about the design. See, that's the thing. I think people, when we talk about this, they always shift into some things that's actually, like I made a statement about something, like, what do he think's happening? This, that, I didn't say any of that. I said what I thought.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying, back to the original thing, in the next, from, I'm 48, by the time I'm 78, people will not be bearing children. They will be going. They will be putting in an order, and coming back later, picking up the child.
I hope not.
And the discussion would be, what do we want this child to look like, and what do we want him to be as a manufactured thing? So there would be no connection to these kids, because I don't know how you get the pheromones that connect human beings through, because it's all of these things that you cannot regenerate. You can never. I will. If I design a baby, I'm never gonna be connected to that baby as I would my natural children.
I agree.
It's not gonna happen.
I agree.
It's like people can say if you made a TV, you went to the place and you made a TV yourself at the place, and I gifted you a TV. Both of the TVs got stolen. Which one would you actually be more heartbroken about getting stolen? The one that you made, or the one that I gifted to you?
That's a great analogy. The one you made, obviously. The one you put your blood, sweat, and tears in, you know, and also the one you had sex with. You know what I mean? So you had sex with that TV, didn't you?
No, that's nasty. And then now nobody else can watch it. Like, hey, it's something on this screen. Hey, you know, I used to do this joke about about why I don't like, and I may do this because I haven't done it in years, about why I don't like having sex with pregnant women. And I said,
stop it. I'm mad at you right now.
I said, because the baby, you don't know what the baby in there doing. It's like you just disturbing the baby in there just sleep, and all of a sudden you just hear boom, boom, boom. What? Then he go to the, because you know there's the baby in the bag. He go to the bubble. All he see is something just coming towards him. Boom, boom. He's like, and then the baby in there like, oh my God, some monster came and spit on my window. I haven't done that story in a long time.
That's a great bit, dude. I love it. Oh, dude, speaking of bits, man, last night, oh my God. So last night, Ali killed it. It was awesome. So we had a group of ladies that came in, right?
And mother and 5 daughters.
Mother and 5 daughters. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Wow, that was awesome.
She had 3 on one side, 3 daughters sitting on one side, 2 sitting on the other.
Oh my God, I didn't know it was a family. It was amazing. They were
family.
They were awesome, and they loved you. By the way, they loved you so much that they invited you to go back to their house
for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, Thanksgiving. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was like, yo, you got an open invitation anytime you want to come to Thanksgiving. And they were, and the crazy thing is, like, the mother is in the middle, gorgeous lady, in the middle with her daughters, and the rainbow. It's like I thought my kids was like a litter of kittens. Her kids like a litter of kittens. They all look different.
They did.
And same father, same mother and father, just all look different. Blondes, brunettes, and short, tall, slim, little thicker, curvaceous. It was the gamut of daughters. So. And then political views. The one on the end, she doesn't vote, period, like at all. And the other one on the other end was an arts teacher that says color outside the line. The one who loved dogs, she's sitting next to the one who hates dogs. And then sitting next to the one who she's like, yo, I don't know what's going on. I just love your shoes. Like, I was like, this is a great, loud, beautiful family, and it was like, yo, I appreciated it.
Oh, you guys bantered back and forth, and it was.
And I usually don't do that. Like I'm so locked into telling, you know, having a point of view on stage, and I usually don't talk to audiences.
So, Ali, when you started, did you be like, hey, where are you from? You don't do that stuff? Nah. You never did that? Never did that?
No, I ain't say never did. I don't do it. Now, you got to think I'm not a new comic. No. I've been around for 24 years. So.
All right, so let's talk about that real quick. I'm just curious. Where did, like, who was one of your big influences, and where did you start?
I don't think the influences as far as what?
Like, give me like a guy that was like, a guy or girl that was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking do stand up. This is awesome. I love this. I want to do it.
That made me do that. You gotta think I've been wanting to do stand up since I was 10.
So never mind. Never mind.
And that's the thing about era. Sometimes people talk to me as if I'm a new comic, and I'm like, 24 years. Like, this is how I know when people don't really know anything about me. because I've been. It's like you can't find since 2000, since '99, you can't find a year that I wasn't present, or that I wasn't around. 'Cause I started in December of 1997.
Nice.
So Comic View, 3-4 years of Comic View, Bounce TV, Comedy Central, Showtime, HBO, Comedy Central. I've been on XM Radio since 2010.
No shit.
I have 6 albums,
I know that.
you know, been nominated for all sorts of awards. Like, I've been around, and I'm on special number 5.
Nice.
So I'm not a new person.
All right, well then I got to ask you this, because I asked Naeem this. Do you just honest opinion, like, so you went through the ringers, you've been doing it, you've been grinding, going city to city, traveling all the time, and now you got these new TikTok comedians, okay? And I'm just curious because I myself do have I book both type just because I'm a business owner and I have to do what is gonna make sure the servers are serving. You know what I mean? What's your opinion on the TikTok comics?
I don't know. I think it's social media all together, but they using the tools that they have.
Oh, and they're just doing what they got.
And it's a difference. It's definitely a difference because of error. Once again, it's about error. You have people who it's like this. I prefer the era where people were about the quality of the work versus instant. Instant oatmeal will never taste the same as traditional oatmeal. Like it's like a homemade biscuit is always gonna be better than a biscuit in the can.
Right, there's no instant grits. There's
no
instant grits.
Yeah, it's instant grits.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
It's instant everything.
Yeah.
But it doesn't taste like it's okay.
But you said air though, so let's go back in air. Is it because the air now just wants instant grits? Is that what they want? They want instant grits, and they don't want.
It's the work. It's not what they want. It's not just them. It's everything that's around them. It's like you have to kind of, not you don't have to. It's some people that's called purist, and they gonna stay in the purest form of something. That's gonna keep it going. You can't become a great artist in 6 months.
No.
Like nobody declares you a great painter in 6 months. It's like anything. Like you can't be a doctor because you took the class online.
Yeah.
You have to put in.
That's a great fucking analogy.
The work. You have to dissect things to learn how it works, to understand the mechanics of it, and what happens now if this doesn't go. Like it's comics that do the same set each and every time. Like every word, you can time it by your watch. The "the" is gonna happen at 6:59, and at 7:59 they doing another album. Here come the "the." So
that's interesting.
you have those guys, and then you have the people who don't even know the mechanics of being that. But then you have people that's so surgical. You can't throw me off in a show. I don't care what you do. You can't throw me off because I know how to reset all the time.
Yeah,
I can reset something. I don't because I used to host. So when I used to host, I didn't.
Where'd you host at?
I hosted everywhere.
Everywhere, okay.
24. Man,
Yeah,
don't ask me.
No,
No,
no. You're right.
I've hosted 24 years. I used to be the host of DL's when I was with DL, but that was a different type of host. We doing 2-man shows. So as a host, I'm doing 45 minutes up front. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So when I was with Bill Bellamy for 4 years, I'm hosting, but I'm doing 10 minutes up front, and then I'm doing 3 minutes in between each person. But then before that, I was a host at a comedy club because every weekend. I've hosted a lot of places. You know what I'm saying? I've hosted my own rooms. It's like that's the lineage of being a stand-up. You start at open mics first, and then you start hosting things in order to get your chops up. And then you start milling it. But the stronger person is the host, because the host carries the show. And so when I used to come out, I wouldn't jump on top of the stage with my material, because I'm a better host than most people. Most hosts come out now and they start with their material, because they got to get to the audience is not even set yet. So it's easy for me to come out and set the room and get and the people get acclimated to what's about to go on. And then I throw a joke or a story in between me setting the room. I don't come out with material. So the next time they see me, the 3 minutes, I'm going to do a joke. I'm gonna say something, and that's maybe a 1 minute joke. And then I'm gonna start getting ready for the next comic to come up. I'm not gonna step on the comic's material or get the audience on where they gotta listen to one sort of type of stand-up, because I'm getting them ready for 3 different people. When I'm with DL, I'm doing 45 minutes up front. I know it's two-man show. I'm gonna do my first 15 minutes is getting the audience ready. And then I start shifting into my show. So then I do 30 minutes of my actual stand-up, which what a host and then the middle would do. But he only has a 2-man show. So then he comes up after that and do an hour and 10. So I'm a technical person because I've learned every aspect of the game. A person from social media, this is why I was turning that to get around to this. A social media person doesn't have a lineage.
God damn it, you answered my question.
Exactly. I was going to answer. Yeah, I know the question. Yeah. I've been here a long time.
Goddamn beautiful. And I agree. I agree. So the social media guy hasn't done 40 clubs hosting. Hasn't done fucking.
No, he hasn't done 9, 10, 15 years of hosting.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a lineage.
Well, see, this is where I go boom. This is where my head goes boom.
So it's like, what is your lineage in this business?
Right.
Like, I have a lineage, multiple clubs, multiple places, multiple times, multiple people, multiple experiences.
Right.
So just think, DL, Bill Burr, Joy D, like I have a lineage, like I have a tree branch of people who watched me form.
Grow.
You know what I'm saying?
Grow and as a comedian.
And comment and producers. It's like people in the end, I'm not new to anybody.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because in the industry, I've been around. Like, I've owned a comedy club before.
Oh.
So it's like when people talk to me, you're not talking to like some young person, even though I look young.
You do.
I'm 48 years old. I got a lot of experience.
You look a lot younger than me.
You know what I'm saying? I own a business. It's like I'm not the new guy. So I understand. I even have to, what y'all don't know is what I have to do on the other end is explain to comics how they not being passed over.
Explain to me then.
So
please.
You say you book both people. You book the social media guy and you book the normal guy.
Quote unquote veteran comedian.
You know what I'm saying? So you have other people who feel like the social media guy is taking a weekend from them. And I say, nah, that's not the truth.
What do you say?
And I say, you have to look at it like this. A club owner has a club. I say, even if he's a purist, he has an obligation to keep his doors open so he can cultivate the stand-up that he likes.
Thank you.
So the social media guy or the influencer that wants to take his act to a comedy club, the Mick Foleys, the Jake the Snakes, the Magic Acts, these places have to exist somewhere. So the comedy club owner is trying to keep his doors open to facilitate what he actually likes. And in the course of that, you do what put asses in the seats in order to pay your bills. So would you rather them be closed? Don't book the social media acts. Don't book the magic acts. Don't book the influencers. Don't book none of that on Wednesday and Thursday, Monday and Tuesday, You know what I'm saying? Some weekends that's off. Would you prefer them to do that, not to do that, and not have a place, or do that? So now let's look at it like this. So you have 52 weeks. You have a comedy club that has agencies trying to book their artists, okay? You have maybe 5 different agencies that's calling. We'll got dates from. So now you only have 52 weeks. So now you have your standards that's been coming to this club. So now let's take off 32 of those weeks for the big guys that's coming to the club. That's the regular rotation.
Right.
So now you left with 20 weeks. So now you have an agency that has a new artist that they trying to get a weekend in your building. Who has the lobbying power here? The comic with no agency, or the comic with an agency that's smaller than the comic so you have at your 32 weeks that's guaranteed.
Right.
Say half of those people were signed to one agency, and that agency wanted you to put a new guy in your building. Do you forfeit forfeit half your year, or do you put the new guy in? You have 10 weeks left. Do you put the new guy in, or do you not put the new guy in? Like, what happens? The new guy got to go in. The agency already signed him. It's something that's coming down the pipe that you may not know. You know what I'm saying? But just think, for the people who may not know this, the people that's the regulars, the 32 that's the regulars, they used to be the new guy at some point.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
And something was coming down the pipe that the club owner didn't know, because club owners are not in the world looking for the.
No, I'm not a comedian, so I'm not. The comedian's a small fucking world, and you know that. You know that you guys all fucking know each other, and you guys all talk like old women sometimes, and I love it because it's great. Because when it does,
we talk like businessmen.
Yeah, I love it
because we got to know like. We know when somebody club is shitty. Like somebody, I'm gonna say it, and somebody's gonna tell me, "Hey man," because some clubs are amazing, and the staff is amazing, and they cater to the person that they are paying to perform. It's not a hardship. Some clubs are hardships. You get to the club, you're like, God damn, like this is a hard weekend to do. You know what I'm saying? And you doing it, and sometimes a club pops up on your radar that you forgot what it was like. You're like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody call you and say, yo, that club, my goodness, yo. Like, and if you ask comics, and sometimes we gracious, like, hey man, you going to such and such this weekend? He's like, man, God damn it, yeah, man, like it's horrible, because sometimes I think club owners treat everybody the same, or they put people in a tier bracket. Every comic is not the same. He doesn't want the same things.
No. And I'll give you one crazy analogy as a bar owner. I own a music bar up the street, right? It's a nice music bar. It's fun, whatever. And what I did is I built a green room for them, for the bands, right? And within the first 6 months, they took total advantage of it. Fucking drank everything, broke shit, broke mirrors. Like, they took advantage of it. But I will tell you this. Every single fucking comedian that I've had in here, all you professionals that I've had, been blessed, because my booking agency is amazing. Shout out to Linda, she's amazing. But anyway, like, nothing but respect. And I've been so happy that you guys are, like, literally, it's a different game. Rock and roll and comedy is a completely different game. And I'm learning it, because this is my first comedy club. You know what I mean? It's my first one. So I appreciate it. And Ali, you fucking just nailed it right there, bro. You killed it. You just pretty much defined what I was talking about. You know, from the quote unquote veteran comedian to the TikTok comedian. And now, like, I feel kind of liberated that I'm not doing a bad thing. I'm just doing what I need to do to survive. You know what I mean?
It's not a bad thing. It can be perceived when somebody doesn't understand the business aspect of it. Everything can be perceived wrong if you looking at it at the forest. This is the forest.
Right.
But you never see, that's a pecan tree right there, though. That's different than that tree. So you have to know the business of it. And I've been around it enough to know the business. I own the club, so I understand. And I couldn't be funny in my own club. Like,
Why?
it was no way.
Because you're too of business? You're way too on the business of it?
Are you telling jokes in this club?
No.
When you come in this club, what do you think about?
Paying taxes, making sure that Uncle Sam doesn't shut me down.
I don't think that's your first thought.
No, my first thought is honestly, when I come in this building, my first thought is to make sure that my team is ready for the night. My staff.
I don't think that's your first thought.
Oh, talk to me. What's my first thought?
I think your first thought is about the condition of the building and what's in it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, yeah.
If that is nothing is broke, nothing. I think
That's
all the other particulars that go on, your staff is secondary to. If you walk in and you smell sewage in here, you like shit.
Yep.
The first thing you're not calling
Like
is the staff. You're not calling the staff.
Right.
You're calling the plumber. You calling the manager. That is like, yo, man, I got to get somebody in to clean up this fucking plumbing, or it's hot in my building. You think about the condition of the space first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
ironically, Ali, you said it perfect, because my greatest teacher taught me, he said the only two fucking things you can control in your building, you can't control the people, you can't control the customers, you can't control your staff, but you can control the temperature and you can control the lighting. And that's very fucking important. That's very important.
And that,
lighting's everything. You know that. Lighting's fucking the key. And he told me that too. He said, listen, the only two things, you can't control customer, you can't control anything, except for you can control the fucking lighting and the air conditioning.
And my teacher said the same thing. He said, and you know how you control that? You keep the shit on. He's like, my man's like, yo, man, you get everything in this building that you can get in this. If this building is in working condition, you do everything that it takes to keep the building intact. It's like, I'm like, that was the understanding, like in a house. When you own a house, you do everything to keep the foundation straight.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So in this, if you love stand-up, apparently, because you own the building, so you're going to do what it takes to keep a building in order to keep the craft intact.
Amen.
And I think that's overlooked sometimes. Everybody looks at their own condition and think that, oh, that's what it is. No, that's not what it is. You know, some things are that man is not looking over you. He had to make some decisions that you wasn't the best situation to go into. And sometimes I've not been the best situation. And I understand it from a business aspect of it. Like I told you, I try my best to stay away from the East Coast in the time that in the time that the weather is good.
When the weather turns.
Because I understand East Coast people they've been bogged down with terrible weather. Now the sun is out. I'm not going in. I've been going in. I want to go out, you know, and so that's the transition of me as a vet trying to say, hey, let me stay away from the East Coast during the summer,
Right.
and go and stay in spots that's already been hot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because Florida is already accustomed to going out. They already hot. California is already hot.
Oh, yeah.
And so in the winter, I usually swing up towards the East Coast, and the difference is the people. They wanna go somewhere in the winter, which is just a different mentality.
Totally.
In the South, when it's the winter, they don't want to go nowhere. You just have to be popular to go out.
Amen. Somebody that lives in San Diego where every fucking day it's 72 degrees.
Yeah.
What the fuck? They don't know any better. But here, when the sun came out, they're getting out. But I will tell you, though, I don't give a shit. You can play this club winter, fucking fall, spring. I don't care. You're fucking always welcome. You killed it. And speaking of killing it, all right, so I never, ever bring up a comedian's bit, ever, because I don't want to fucking fuck your shit up. You know what I mean? But last night, you were hanging out with the mom and the daughters, you know, and you came off the cuff. So I think I can tell this joke because I think it was hilarious, if you don't mind. It was about the dog and $8,000. Do you remember that one?
Oh yeah, the dog being bloated, having bloat. He's talking about, she said she had an $8,000 surgery for her dog. I was like, shit, the dog would be dead as hell. Like, I love my dog, but that motherfucker ain't getting no $8,000 surgery. Like, I'm buying a Rolex. I'm not doing it. I'm buying a Rolex. Like
I mean, you were like right on. You're like, no.
$8,000, man. I'm still like, you brought it up and just made me mad. My dog better not ever catch bloat. And then I say, oh, no wonder you feeding him kibble all the time. That's why his stomach is bloated. And he feeding him fucking kibble. Like, man, a Cane Corso needs raw. He needs basically a raw diet because that's what he would normally be eating. And you can cook the meat a little bit, but my dog, he needs a masala. He needs a sauce over his kibble if he gonna eat kibble. But he's not just eating fucking kibble. He's not having it.
Your dog gets 5-course meals or what?
He just get raw food. But he eats like maybe 3 times a day, and then treats in between that. But he's not eating kibble like that. He looks at kibble and like, oh, I guess we're poor now. It's I'm like, oh, not a good weekend this weekend, huh, sir? You know, like that's how my dog looks at. My dog looks at kibble like, oh, what did I do? Is this what everyone's having? Is everyone having kibble, sir? Like, man,
that's so fucking good.
My dog looks at kibble like my children look at rice and beans. Like, when you're just having rice and beans, like, this is sometimes the course. Like, they don't understand it's red beans and rice. It's not. This is a meal. Like, sir, like they serve this in a restaurant. Like, and they like, oh, okay, rough week, huh? No goat chop, no lamb chop on the side of this. This is like he's so bougie.
Yeah, we all are now. I'm sorry, like. Every generation we get more and more soft. You know what I mean? We just get soft.
Man,
you know?
I think that
you blew my mind earlier when you talk about you can leave your house without your cell phone. I can't. If I leave my house with my cell phone, my anxiety would be like, I have to go back to my house.
Like literally, like, let's dissect this. Like, why?
Well, because my businesses would fail. If I don't answer the phone, my businesses would close.
I doubt it. You think your business would close because you didn't answer your phone? Then in Bar Rescue, you're doing a terrible job. Because I watched Bar Rescue enough to know that if you don't answer your phone,
I need Bar Rescue here.
Get
him out here. Hey, Manny, let's get Bar Rescue.
Hey, Manny, get Bar Rescue on the phone. What am I doing? Look, if I see you on Bar Rescue, I'm just be shaking my head. I'm like,
what the fuck did I do?
He just wanted to remodel his club. Like,
or I want to be cancel culture because guess what? That Bar Rescue put your fucking name out there, even though you know what I mean? Like, if I went on Bar Rescue, 1 million people know who I am, even though
I don't even believe in cancel culture.
Oh, talk to me about this. I want to dive. Because you're a very, very smart motherfucker, so I want to kind of hear it. Let me hear your cancel culture.
I think that a lot of times that, what is it? Like, people, like the court of public opinion is what this is. Who gives a fuck about the court of public opinion? I think that people can be canceled when you care. You can only be canceled when you care about because it's not everybody. Everybody doesn't look at what you said and got mad. Everybody didn't do it. It's impossible for everybody to be mad at you about anything. It's a group of people that's going to support what you're saying because you cannot manufacture the goddamn content or manufacture how people think. That's like being a part of like the lawmakers don't even control the media like people think. I was going to dive into that. Lawmakers are people that people are elected. These are elected people that somebody went out and voted or did not vote in order for this person to get into office.
Yep.
The media are not elected. The people who own broadcast, they're not elected officials. These are people who put out shit that whatever sells. And once an audience decides that they don't want to buy shit anymore, or they don't want to put up with this shit anymore, then they won't do it. And that's just a simple. It's 5. In Houston, it's 6 million people. I can say something. First of all 6 million ain't heard it. Then 2, all 6 million people not mad. Somebody agrees with what you're saying, or somebody doesn't care. Or like, man, people mind jack people to think that, oh, you're canceled. For man. When? Like how? How are you gonna do it? How are you gonna do it? Like people, they protested H&M for a little black boy having a shirt on that said the coolest monkey in the jungle. Whether I disagree with it or I didn't disagree with it, H&M is still here. No matter how much they protest. Chick-fil-A is still here. It's like people mind jack you into thinking that we have enough control to cancel you. Go fuck yourself.
Amen. Amen.
You don't have enough, because the blessings doesn't come from human beings, the blessings come from the Creator. And see, I think a lot of people have forgotten of what the whole agenda is this. You have the truth according to this person, and the truth according to this person, and then you have the truth, period. Mm-hmm. Not according to either person.
Right.
It's the truth.
Right.
So this person is saying, oh, it's disgusting if somebody shits in their hand. And this person's over here saying, nah, I grew up around people shitting in their hand. This person said, but I'm still not going to shake your hand after you shit in it. Like, so this, like, I'm not, after you shit in your hand, I'm still not, man, people, man, I don't buy into, because I'm a canceled person in society, so to speak. When you're a convicted felon, you come out of prison, there's no open arms for you. You are degenerate to society. And you have to change that narrative in whatever way that you can. I can't tell a person how to feel about convicts. I can just be who I am and give you a different understanding of somebody who made a mistake in their life or somebody who was down a wrong path, because I don't even say it was a mistake. I knew better. I was coached properly. You know what I'm saying? And people, I don't believe in the mistakes once you've practiced. Ain't no fucking mistakes once you practice.
Right.
The mistake was I didn't tell you that this was gonna happen. You know, as a veteran comic, if I have a new comic that we talk about stand up, we have discussions. It's my job or my due diligence as a cultivator of this craft to give sound advice on things that may potentially happen in your career once you get past a certain level, or even on the level that you at. Like, a comic was, he told me, man, when I go up, this dude don't never say my name right. They can't pronounce my name. Is your name the joke? And what? If your name the joke? No. Then what difference does it make if they pronounce your name wrong? That's stopping you from being a good comic because they pronounce your name wrong. And how long is your set? Oh, I'm doing a 5-minute set. So the 10 seconds that he says your name wrong, if that, determined how you did in your 5 minutes, that's fucking nonsense to me. When you had 30 seconds to say your name right and then say something why people can't say your name or whatever, you could have said something about it and moved on to what you was doing, but you allowed him not saying your name right, or the music, or him not playing the music that you wanted, or them not clapping, or whatever the goddamn situation is that you trying to give way to. That determined how you did in your 5 minutes?
Wow.
I said, man, you can't ever be concerned about those things. You can never be concerned about those things, because the people came to see you perform, not to get your name right.
That's fucking awesome. I love that. People came to perform, not to get your name right. That should be on a fucking t-shirt, bro. I'm not kidding you. That should be on a goddamn t-shirt.
I don't care if the DJ doesn't play the music I don't care what happens, as long as the light and the sound is right. I can fix everything from there because I'm the artist. That's what an artist does. Like, I know, this is the dissecting thing. I know that things gonna happen. I was on stage with Bruce. I was featuring for Bruce, and I still to this day I don't know what the hell happened. I rubbed my face, and then I was bleeding, and it was a nice, significant, like, hole in my face. It was a little, and it wouldn't stop. So it's bleeding maybe 2 minutes before I'm getting ready to go on stage. So then I go on stage, and I'm still bleeding. So I keep dabbing myself with this napkin, and I'm telling my stories until the point where this lady in the front was handing me napkins. And I would dab, then I would throw the napkin on the side, and it was maybe like a pile of bloody napkins, and I'm on stage. And when I got off stage, Bruce said, "They forgot that you was bleeding."
Wow. So that was like the fucking compliment between all compliments, or what?
No, that's just the understanding that he said, man, that's how
Good your set
solid
was.
this shit is that you do, man, that they forgot that you was bleeding. And that lady kept handing you napkins, and you would boom, and they forgot. You telling these stories, and they fucking forgot.
Oh, last night I
that
would
you
have
was
forgot.
bleeding.
I would have forgot last night. You fucking had the audience in your hand. It was awesome.
I've been, my road manager, Dre, who's not here, Dre has seen me on stage, 104 fever, and my legs, something is going on with my legs. Like, my legs was messed up. I said, Dre, just get me to the stage. He walked me to the stage like Scottie Pippen walked Jordan to the bench when he had the flu. I sat down, and I did about an hour and 30 minutes that night with the flu.
Wow.
And
An hour 30? Are you fucking kidding me?
And and then I had to wait until the audience left to get off stage because I was messed up. And Dre was like, greatest performance I ever seen you do. And it's, as an artist, I've broken my finger on stage. It's crazy. My pocket, like, I was doing something, and my arm came in, and my pocket hit my finger and jammed my finger, and I felt it. I was like, oh shit, and I just kept trying to grip it off, you know, like, trying to grip it off, and it's swelling up, and then now all of a sudden I can't bend my finger, so I just put the mic in the hand and I just kept it like that, so people don't even know my finger is broken as I'm on stage just doing my thing. My ring, if you see my ring, that was perfectly round when I bought this ring. So I've done things on stage where I hit the stool or something doing the move, and it's bent on my finger, so I couldn't get it off my hand, and it's tightened up on my hand. I'm feeling like and then
Gangrene's coming in.
it's crazy. I never forget, I was in Pittsburgh, and this is weird for me and later on in my life, I'm having these panic anxiety attacks out of nowhere. So it's like the room is too small, so like I got to get out in the open space. So it's maybe like 12 degrees in Pittsburgh, and I'm outside the green room with, I don't even have on a shirt, because when you have a panic attack, you got to get cold. You need cold water. You need everything cold. So I'm panicking, and they about to call me on stage, and it's a couple that's right by the door. I said, hey, I need y'all to, when I knock on this door, I'm gonna need y'all to let me back in. But right now I'm freaking out. So they the only people know that I'm freaking out is this couple cause they right by the door. And I'm telling them, look, and the man is like, cause now he's seeing the concern in my face. He's like, no, this is what we came to see, and he's confiding in us that he's fucked up.
So they became your guy. Okay.
So I'm outside, and then I'm hearing them. John was there, and I tap on the door. I come in, and I go straight to the stage, and I sit down, and I tell the audience, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna be up front. Right now, inside my head is I'm going crazy inside my head. Like, y'all don't understand. This space is too small. Like, it's too many people, and it's too tight for me. But I know I have to perform, so I'm gonna try my best to talk my way through this shit. Because in my head, it's a lot of shit going on in my head. John, how long did I do that night in Pittsburgh? Maybe it was over an hour, like an hour 20. Because I remember at the hour mark, I said, "Do y'all know I'm just now calming down?"
Oh shit! Like that? Really?
I openly said, I said, "Do y'all know I'm just now
No fuck.
calming down?" And I thanked them that night for being there with me, because I needed to stick in. I needed them people to stick in with me. Like, I was going in and out of these stories, and my head was crazy in like the shit that was going on in my head. Like, I needed to be out of that space, but I couldn't. And those are the things that you can't get being instant anything.
Okay, so Ali, what you're telling me is that because you grinded and did fucking 24 years of comedy, because when the panic attack hit, it, like you said, the show must go fucking on, and you just pulled up your sleeves and you did it? Is that what you're saying? Is it because? Yeah. Okay, that's interesting as fuck.
And that's because you know that things happen in the course. Like, I can deal with whatever because I've already been through the ringer. Like, I didn't come into this game bringing an audience with me. Like, I didn't have. It would be easy if I was a baseball superstar and I decided to do stand-up. It would be easy for me to bring the people who liked me as a Yankee to the club.
Right.
Hey, Derek Jeter's coming.
He'll sell out. He'll sell out.
He'll sell out because people want to see. Because I'm already. But to be a person who gained every fan from scratch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there was no social media when I was coming. Like, you had to earn your fans. You didn't have it. You didn't have a world stage to, like, right now. I have a special that's coming out May 19th. I see the difference between when the first special I did versus this one because of the access to the people. Like, YouTube is a big thing.
Yeah, it is.
And so I can put the special on YouTube and 10 million, 15 million people can see it versus me putting it on a network and people having to have that network in order to see it. Like, I gotta go get, Quibi, or I gotta go get, Showtime.
Yeah.
I gotta add
Pelican
something.
or
I gotta
whatever.
add something to my package that's not already there. The thing about how cable first started out, cable came with a synergy of networks. It wasn't special. You didn't have to. Cinemax was a part of cable. You know what I'm saying? So you had Cinemax, Showtime, what else? HBO. You had something. It was something else that was along with Cinemax. But whatever it was,
Skinemax.
It all these things came with having cable. It's like when you have a TV, you have the local station. It comes with Channel 8. It comes with the Weather Channel. All that comes together. So now you have to. It's like everything is cable, and then you have a la carte. You got to add things to it.
Apple Plus or Comedy Central Plus.
Or whatever. And some people don't have the money for those spaces.
No, they don't.
So if I want everybody to see it, if I want to get some legs up under it, then I have to put it in the space where people.
So May 19th, it's going on YouTube.
Yes.
Awesome.
Yeah, the domino effect will be on.
Domino effect? Oh,
Yeah.
tell me that, please. How'd you come up with that name?
Man, it's the show.
Domino effect.
The show is about cause and effect. Like this is the effect of you doing something. Everything has an effect, and I think people don't understand cause and effect anymore. And the ecosystem. You can take. This is what I think society wants to do. Society wants to kill all the bees and still think that they're gonna have flowers. I think they want to do that. They want in their mind they want to kill all the bees.
Yep. And
Because
they want their honey too. And they want their honey
and they
too.
want honey because they don't want nobody to sneeze for 2 months.
Yeah, yeah. How dare you? How dare you sneeze? How dare you?
And I don't want you sneezing.
Yeah, how dare you breathe? How dare you breathe?
My allergies are so bad, and then somebody who has this wherewithal, my children's allergies are so bad, I wanna say kill all the bees. So what if it's ragweed that your child is allergic to? What is dogwood? I don't know what your child is allergic to.
You know, one of the weirdest things and you talk about error. You remember you always say error, and I love that, by the way. I'm gonna steal that from you too, by the way. So, but before this crazy social media and all the world we live in right now, we humans have been ants, and we've been crawling over each other and living with each other, building pyramids and Rome and all that shit. We crawl over each other. We don't give a fuck about mask and it's weird that now we live in a world that you can't even sneeze. You literally can't sneeze. You sneeze, they look at you evil.
I think it's not the sneeze. It's people have just now, like for me, I always thought that people had they were classless. They were very crass because how disgusting people do things without thinking. Like I shouldn't have to tell somebody. Like I feel like it's really unethical and classless for people to yarn and never cover their mouth. Like that's like I consider you a lower human being because that's how animals do. Because they don't think a paw. They don't have a. But you should cover your mouth when you yarn. You should sneeze into your elbow. That's just the etiquette of sneezing in public.
Yeah, amen.
So now, when you see people, I've always been like this, but when I see people sneeze just openly, I'm like, that's always disgusted me. But now it's extra disgusting because I'm like, you're more inconsiderate of other human beings than ever now. Like, instead of just sneezing into your elbow, but it's always been like people, they stand like this. Like this is how people stand on each other. I've always stood like this. I've always given a person space. Like it's disgusting. Like this shit bothers me. Like this is a problem to me. But I'm also the person that does this. This is the median, all right? Your car is coming this way. My car is coming this way. This is how your car should pull. You should pull here, and I should pull there. So I can see what's coming over the street, and you can see. But this is how people do. This is the median. You pull right here, and then I pull right here. So I'm going over here, but I can't see the goddamn car, and you can't see either. Stupid shit like that.
Selfish. They're selfish. They just want what they want what they want instead of caring about the person next to them.
But it's the etiquette of what's proper. Like,
yeah, but you got to understand that there's 2 billion people that live on our planet that are like this.
But they not though.
In China and
in
India?
But even in China, they really not. They still have space.
All right.
I've been to China. I've been to Korea. People don't stand in line like this.
They don't. Huh?
This is goddamn. This is a concentration camp mentality. You learn this. Watch this. Just so you'll know that that's not the truth. You learn this in school.
Yeah.
You've never fucking stood in a line until you went to school.
Yeah. And I've never been to China, so I don't know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, just in your life.
Oh, that's true.
When did you start standing? Okay.
In school.
From
In school.
1, 2, 3. Where were you at in line?
School.
On the
It's 100%
playground.
school. No, you're 100% right.
On the playground, you didn't wait in line to go on the playground. You start running. It's like people forget. I think you have forgotten.
I did.
Your era.
Yeah.
We got to get you out of. One day. Okay, we're gonna start with 30-minute intervals. Walk out your house and be outside for 30 minutes without your phone.
I gotta start. Like maybe that's my drug. maybe I do. Maybe I gotta let that go for 30 minutes. I do. God damn it, dude. Ellie, you're fucking awesome. All right, so Ali, here's the deal. So you mentioned. Okay, I gotta do this too. Another motherfucker that's hilarious is John Burton, right? Am I saying that right? Yeah, I know. Don't do it. Don't tease me. I'm gonna turn it on. See, now the problem is I'm like thinking, who texted me? Do I gotta answer my email? Do I gotta? What's going on right now?
You have nothing to look. You've been talking to a human being.
I know.
For an hour, I'm about to go.
Yeah.
An hour, and you never went to your phone.
I didn't get the drug.
You
and you know why though? Because you know why? Because me and you are having a fucking conversation. We're not about like we're actually talking, and I learned a lot, and it's awesome. And like, I hate how like after 5 minutes of conversation we gotta check our phone. You know, and it's like I do hate that, and I'm glad that you don't have that problem. I do, and it is a drug, and I need to cut it. I really do. I really do.
I'm talking about you. You made it. You made it, and I'm so proud of you. It's like, it's like I'm sitting there proud and like.
Okay, before we go into my psychology and with my addictions, okay, I do want to give a shout out to John, by the way.
John Bruton.
John Bruton, everyone. He's the fucking man. And hey, by the way, okay, so now here's we go, because we get a full circle here, okay? So when you were talking earlier, you were talking about how you're grinding and hosting, and of course my dumb ass asked, where's your host at? Because you was blah, blah, blah. I just was like, I'm just interviewing, whatever. I'm asking questions. And he's hosting for you now, right?
Yeah.
Dude, he's fucking hilarious, dude. He's a good dude. He's a really good dude. How long you guys been touring together?
4 years now, huh?
4 years?
Yeah, 4 years. I met John 4 years ago.
A score?
It's time for John to go. It's time for me to cut John loose.
Get up and do your own. You got 45, John?
Yeah,
you got it.
Definitely.
Yeah, you got it.
Shit, yeah. John has a ton of time, and at the 5-year mark, it'll probably be that time for John, because this is what happens. It's I'm probably going to ask, because you know when people say, "Oh, people are hilarious," I remember the era where I was with a guy who the club owners used to think I was hilarious and whatnot, but he would never say, "Well, why don't y'all book him?" He would never say that. Then I got with another person who would always lobby, be like, "Hey, check out my guy." You know what I'm saying? And he was like, what do you think? What do you think about my guy? You know, that was his whole thing. He's like, he brought me to clubs, and the club owner, if all you had to do was open the door, be like, "Yo, man, he's funny." Yeah. Or if you didn't, he was like, "Hey, did you check out my guy?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, no. Sit down. Check out my guy," because he's lobbying the relationship. Like, "Hey, motherfucker, look, I'm not bringing him. This is not." And you have to explain to people, this is not my opener. He's not my opener. This man is in transition to be his own guy, and some people bring the opener.
Did you have a teacher that do that to you?
I just told you he did.
What's his name again?
D.L. Hughley.
D.L. Hughley. Okay, so D.L. Hughley, tell me more about him, please.
Why? Well, it's not about D.L. This is about
no, but I mean
the
like
tutelage of D.L. and Bill. I would go places, and they knew that he's not here to open for me forever. This man is transitioning to the headliner. He's not the opening act. Like with John Bruton is not the opening act. I don't even refer to him as that. Like when I know I do it, when people say it in conversation, I understand what they're saying. But in my brain, he's in transition to be his own guy. So it'll be just like with DL and Bill. This is the thing about them. They proud to always see, either when they come to a club, either I'm there the week or the 2 weeks or the month before them, or I'm there the week or the 2 weeks after them by myself. Like I didn't come with Bill. I didn't come with DL. I came as a headline on my own, and they want to see my name on the marquee just like their name. Some people want people to be a lifetime opening act. I'm not about that. It's like, man, even if you move on from me to somebody else, to give another learning curve. Because I came from Bill to DL. You know what I'm saying? I've had really, actually DL was first, then Bill, and then
Bill's awesome.
Then on my own. So, and those are the people that root from you from the fact. John, in the next year, John should be here on his next year too. John should be here on his own. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it happens. I shouldn't.
Let's make that happen, John.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
As a cultivator of the craft, that's the natural lineage of how it goes.
God damn it, that's awesome.
So I think that anybody who wants somebody to be up under their wing forever is selfish, or that don't tell the club owner or ask the club owner, yo man, give my man a shot. Whether it's a one nighter, or whether it's a weekend, or whether you bring him in, or whether it's somebody whether it's a fallout date, or whether it's another feature spot for somebody else. Stay in contact with him before he gets to an agency. You know what I'm saying? So you cultivate the people that you want to work with, because there's certain places that I won't work with because you didn't want to fuck with me prior to.
All right, so hold on, pause real quick. You said until they get to an agency. What do you mean by that? Cultivate them until they get to.
No, before they get to an agency.
So get them. So what does that mean though? What do you mean by that? Like,
so if you
is
have
the agency like the next step or what?
Yeah, he gonna probably get signed to somebody. So
okay.
It's like this. Even if you called my agency, say if I started here, and you never gave me a shot at this club prior to me signing an agency or signing a deal.
Right.
And the agency say, do you want to play the Comedy Vault? No. No. I would never benefit you. I would never give you the luxury of benefiting off of me once I'm huge or once I'm big, when you didn't see any, you didn't see any type of upside to me prior to.
Okay.
It's clubs in Houston that I will not play. And you know what's insane about that? Everybody thinks it's insane. Say, yo, you stepped on this man's toes in 2000. He has been selling out venues here and making a lot of money. Like the Improv is like, good. I'm so glad that y'all decided to, like, this is a club that I come to 4 times a year. I come to this club 4 times a year. And it's insane when I come to this club. So the people who never saw a benefit to me, now just think about it. He's on every network. This man got multiple things, and he's on the radio in the same city that.
It's kind of the old, have no fear. Like,
no, it's the, you ever see, it's an artist named Mike Jones.
Okay.
You ever heard his song?
Keep talking.
It's Mike Jones. Now, you would know off the top, because everybody knows his song, Back Then They Didn't Want Me. So if people go back and look up this song, Mike Jones, the chorus is, back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all own me. And this is like a #1 song for him. This catapulted him to they put he the song blasted him to a position that he could never even thought. He was on Law and Order.
Oh shit.
Shit. The Mike Jones was on Law and Order. You know what I'm saying? Because of this song. Song was huge.
I'm sure I know it. I just don't know.
So I'm in the video of this song. And I always tell people, I'm in most of the videos that I'm in are songs that have messages that I believed in. I don't just take a video role just to have a role on TV. Never have. But I always think about this song. Back then, didn't want me. Now I'm hot, all on me. So no matter what happens, I think about it's not you, and I'm not a person that can be purchased. That's the whole other thing. People are like, well, why you not this? Why you not that? Because I'm not for sale. And when you're not for sale, and you can see people trying to control you with things, they offer you trinkets. You want to win this? You want to win this? You're gonna do. And you're not that person because you don't believe that your blessings come from human beings.
God damn.
You back to the thing. You back to the position that you hold, because I'm gonna hold that position, because when you go through something and you going through it on your own, there's no human being that can help you through it. You can only rely on who you are and what you believe in, and you stand on it. Once you stand on something, I tell people all the time, man, it takes a lot for a lion not to be a lion. Yeah. Like, do you know how much that you would have to do to a lion to stop him from being a lion?
Yeah.
Like, damn, that's a lot, man. You got to cut off his claws. You got to take his teeth out.
I thought it was your buddy. Wasn't it Bill Burr that said football player being a football? Like, when a football player does something off the field, he's just being football. Isn't that Bill Burr's joke?
I have no idea.
I think it is because that reminded me. But you're 100% right. You can't stop, our nature. You can't stop who you are. You can't.
And
try.
This is the thing. I think it's men have X and Y chromosomes. No matter how hard a woman tries, she doesn't have X and Y chromosomes.
Nope.
She has one chromosome. It's not, I don't give a damn what you do. You only have one chromosome. It's just, hey, I'm the same as you. No, you're not. You have one chromosome.
Yeah. And see, this goes back to what you said earlier. What I fucking loved how you preface it. It was amazing. Like, literally, just what the fuck does it matter? Why is it, like you said, in your air, this confusion? Like, nobody cared about. Like, we knew the chromosomes, didn't you? You said that.
It's X and Y. It's a Z. No, it's no Z. There's no X, Y, Z.
No.
It's only X and Y. And women, you have one. You're the one chromosome human. Sick of you trying to act like you me. You're not me. You're one chromosome. I got to go.
All right, let me tell you right now, dude. You're a fucking wise motherfucker. I learned a lot from you.
No, I'm not. I'm not. This is everything I've ever read in a bathroom stall.
Shut the fuck up. You're wise. I learned a lot about the fucking. You defined my question to you about the new and the new comedians versus TikTok versus the grinders, and I really appreciate that. You're a wise motherfucker. I really appreciate you fucking coming out. I love you on my stage. You're amazing, John. You're amazing too, brother. So let's do this again, please. Let's figure it out. All right. All right.
We gotta do it again.
We gotta do it
because I gotta come back and watch John with John's headline.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I'm gonna come and do a guest spot for John.
There you go. I'll buy the drinks.
That's the thing. So John, just imagine John's here. It's packed. People can't out see John, and then I show up as just do the Chappelle drop-in.
Oh.
But what's crazy, it's called the Chappelle drop-in, but people have been doing it for years.
Yeah, but call it the Chappelle drop-in. Call it that.
I don't want to. Chappelle's not getting his own drop-in. No.
It'll be Ali's drop-in. It'll be Ali's drop-in.
This is when Red Fox and all of them used to do this. I've been around a lot of the veterans, that old heads, and they would give me, they're like, man, we used to stop in each other's shows all the time. It's the guest set. It was started when somebody, hey man, why don't you? They in the green room drinking. He's like, man, you want to do a set? Like, no. It's saying, man, you here? And then that's when people like, well, man, should I go up and do a little something? Because they here. Chappelle doesn't get his own drop in. This is a guest set, and it's called a celebrity guest set. Some people just a guest set, like, guess who the fuck is it? Well, some people are celebrity guest set. Just think.
All right, so let's do this. Let's do this in the next 2 years. John and he
Yes.
guest sets. Let's fucking do this. It'll be a blast.
Oh, I'm coming to Illinois. I'm not even gonna be close. I'm gonna fly in from somewhere like people gonna know I was in like Zimbabwe somewhere doing a town. I want to be somewhere doing a country that you and just saw like, oh my God, Ali's doing the whole country. The whole country showed up, and then the next 24 hours, I'll walk in the vault, and people like, he was just in there. I just saw him.
He just played in the state of Florida. Oh, that would be a dream. Can we make this happen, please? Please,
Yes, the
dude.
creator here.
Once again, you're the fucking best. Thank you so much. Let's rock and fucking roll. All right.
You are such a music guy.
I am a music. I'm not a comedian. Not a comedian at all.
He's such a music concert guy.
Ali, you're the best. Let's close this fucking thing off
Thank
because we
you,
got to
man.
go. Thank you, everyone. Peace out. Talks. Thank you again, bro. Peace.
Peace.